Alright, I've been avoiding it long enough. It's time to talk about the meta, and it's time to talk about if pulse rifles are too strong currently in Destiny 2. And as a known dad rifle enthusiast, that means we have to acknowledge that something that I really enjoy might be a little bit too strong. But I do wonder if it's a case of there only being a few outliers in the pulse rifle category that are ruining for everybody else, because there's plenty of perfectly balanced pulse rifles out there that don't interfere with the meta whatsoever. Basically, it's no time to explain. We're going to be talking about no time to explain today for like the 17th time. I bring it up in pretty much every review, like every other video. No time to explain is just the continuous thorn in the side of this game. It is the best weapon in the game. It has been dominating the game for like 3 months now, but it's been overpowered for a lot longer than that. So let's go over the stats. Let's look at the Trials meta. Let's once and for all put a pin in it. No time to explain needs to be nerfed, and maybe some other stuff related to pulse rifles as well. Before we get too far into it though, make sure you guys take a second, like the video, leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel for more content coming your way. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. Make sure you check out our YouTube shorts we've been releasing, and make sure you follow us on Twitter to get updates on what's going on. Thank you, and let's get right into the meat of it. Alright, let's talk about the stats a little bit, try and back up why No Time to Explain is so broken. Here we are on Trials Report, and as you can see here, we're just coming off of week 110 of Trials, Javelin 4, and No Time to Explain, number 1. BXR, number 2. Peace of Mind, number 3. The top 3 weapons are all pulse rifles. Pulse rifles, outstripping hand cannon kills. Weird, I wonder if there's some kind of trend going on. Let's go back another week. There's a No Time to Explain, BXR, Peace of Mind. Wow, a repeat top 3. Then we go to the week before that, Distant Short, No Time to Explain, number 1. Weird. Wormhaven, okay, Austringer back on top, hand cannon, all right, a Peace of Mind, No Time to Explain, really popular actually. Endless Veil. Now this, if you remember, was the infamous Lord of Wolves week, but I mean, look, No Time to Explain right there, still in the top 10. Kind of weird. Jade Rabbit week, Jade Rabbit 2022 takeover, No Time to Explain, number 2. Wow. I got Distant Shore again, No Time to Explain. Wow, interesting. Javelin 4. No Time to Explain. We go back Wormhaven, No Time to Explain. Distant Shore, get No Time to Explain. And then we have to go all the way back 10 weeks to Convergence for there to be no Time to Explain representation whatsoever. And even then, Peace of Mind. Wow. So what does this all mean? Well, it means that over the last 3 months, we've sort of organically broken the sort of stranglehold the hand cannons have had on the primary meta. Obviously, we've been used to since the dawn of time in Destiny, hand cannons have been the best primary, pretty much by default, with a few exceptions when hand cannons either were over-nerfed or other primary archetypes were over-buffed. But no matter what, when we were in a neutral meta where things weren't too out of control, hand cannons always naturally rose to the top because they're the most versatile primaries in Destiny. It makes sense they're so highly used, and typically Destiny's in a healthy state when hand cannons are in a healthy state. And the metas where hand cannons have been bad have been some of the worst in Destiny's history. So despite there being no real direct changes to hand cannons, how have the pulse rifles slowly risen up? Well, I think it's a combination of factors. I think the game has actually slowed down a little bit in terms of your ability to be able to be aggressive. With various nerfs like the nerf to sliding, the nerf to in-air accuracy, these things directly affect some of hand cannon's most versatile playstyles, which are its ability to push through the air at top speeds, have accurate high damage shots where you're barely peeking for a second and then you're gone. That's some of the best aspects of hand cannon gameplay, and those are definitely much harder in the current environment. So overall, the Trials meta slowed down, and then pulse rifles picked up to kind of fill the gap, because if we're laning more, then you're going to want hand cannons less. And if you're laning more, you're going to want pulse rifles more. And what are the best pulse rifles in the game? Well, it's Peace of Mind, No Time to Explain, and once crafting was added, the BXR. But the rabbit hole goes a little deeper once we get to the No Time to Explain specifically. Because No Time to Explain flew under the radar because of how powerful Messenger was for so long. And once Desperado was nerfed, people really sat back and realized a few things. High impact pulses are among the strongest archetypes in the game, offering one of the lowest base time to kills in the game. 2, with Desperado gone, we need a new option, and No Time to Explain is a high impact pulse rifle where it is nearly impossible to miss your optimal 0.67 time TTK. It nearly aims for itself. It has incredibly high flinching bullets, turbo aim assist, no recoil, full auto, it refunds bullets into the magazine, and if you get a kill and a half, you get an auto aim gun buddy like an Arc Soul for free that makes it nearly impossible to ever miss that optimal time to kill. And once people realized this, No Time to Explain took off like a storm. I want to specifically call out the 101st week of trials on Distant Shore, because that was the week where No Time to Explain exploded out of nowhere into the top weapon in the game. Previously, it wasn't even represented, it was kind of just hanging around the fringes, and then all of a sudden, boom, best weapon in the game that week. And I want to call this one out specifically because we made a video way back when that week first went down and said, hey, No Time is broken. This weapon is unbeatable beyond 20 meters. The only thing that counters it are submachine guns in close range. If you bring a hand cannon to a No Time fight, you're losing that duel almost every time unless the other user is bad. And we got a lot of hate on that video. A lot of people were saying, no Time to Explain is balanced. You guys are wrong. And here we are now, several months later, No Time to Explain has continued to hold its stranglehold on the meta, and nothing's been done about it. It hasn't been addressed by Bungie, it's just been allowed to exist as the uncontested best primary in the game for almost 3 months. And it's not that it's just the best primary in the game, it's that there's nothing close to being able to dethrone it. Hand cannons can't keep up. Other high impact pulses can't keep up with the consistency of No Time to Explain, especially after the Desperado nerf. Other pulse rifles straight up lose in time to kill. You bring a Peace of Mind or a BXR, doesn't matter. It's not like you're gonna flinch the No Time user, they're just gonna out TTK you. Your only other reliable option is to try and outrange the No Time, and that's gonna require a primary with a reliable time to kill and about 40 to 45 meters of range. So we're talking you need a long range map like Eternity and you need Jade Rabbit, especially after DMT got kicked into lower orbit. I mean, just to give you an idea how short the list is of things that match or beat No Time to Explain's optimal time to kill are. The things that beat No Time to Explain are Taraba when it's spun up, Last Word, Sweet Business when it's spun up, Devil's Ruin, Forerunner, and after that, everything else only matches it. So you have Suros Regime spun up, other high impact pulse rifles, lightweight sidearms, Suros rapid fire sidearms, the aggressive and lightweight SMGs. Those are all the weapons in the game that can match or beat No Time to Explain. And there's a problem with that list. Taraba, outranged. Last Word, outranged. Sweet Business, nobody uses it. Devil's Ruin, nobody uses it. Forerunner, admittedly a good counter, but it's a special weapon, so it requires higher ammo investment and requires you to be perfect in your aim. Suros Regime, no one uses it. High impact pulses, well, you're not going to beat No Time to Explain's consistency with other high impact pulses. Sidearms, rarely used, outranged. SMGs, admittedly really strong, but again, outranged. Do you see the problem yet, or do I need to continue to beat you over the head with evidence that this gun is broken? The worst part is, I don't know how you nerf No Time to Explain. Obviously, maybe the aim buddy should either have like a lower rate of fire or a higher activation requirement, maybe do a little less damage, but anytime you have an Arc Soul, it's going to be a net benefit, so I don't know how you change that. You can't really nerf the No Time to Explain's time to kill, because as soon as high impact pulses don't 2-burst, their time to kill is awful. You'd almost have to rework the archetype. Maybe you could give it more recoil, but recoil is always controllable, so it would still be just as lethal in theory. I don't know what you do to these weapons to bring them in line. Truthfully, I turn it over to you guys in the comments down below. Do you have any idea how to handle this? Because I really don't. I've been racking my brain for weeks and weeks because I think about No Time to Explain all the time because I fucking hate it. So if you guys have a better solution than me, leave it in the comments down below. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe for more content coming your way. A little bit of a ranty video today, but No Time to Explain needs to be abolished. It needs to be deleted. It needs to be fixed ASAP. Rocky. So let's get right on that, and we'll see you guys in another video soon. You guys have a great day. Peace.